Hey guys, my name is Carlos Salazar. Welcome to Life Matters. Today I'll be covering Splenda, this yellow box that you might know very well and that many people use all over the world as a low-calorie sweetener. Splenda says it's ideal for the whole family and blah blah blah, but I need you to know the truth about this guy. This guy has sucralose, alright? Sucralose is the main guy behind Splenda. Sucralose is 600 times more sweet than sugar. But sucralose, believe it or not, is a product of the research for new and better insecticides. This is a real story. In the Queen Elizabeth College, two guys were, in the chemistry lab trying to make new and better insecticides. And one day the supervisor said to the other student, you should test it. And the other guy understood taste it. So he went ahead and tasted it. And he found that it was ridiculously sweet. So he reported this to his supervisor, and then a few years later, some other people in that uni were, using it for their coffee, etc. And nowadays we have this. The bad thing about this story is that these guys were using sulfur chloride in their experiment. What they were doing is that they dropped the hydrogen molecule from the sugar and they replaced with chlorine. Chlorine is a type 1 carcinogen. Chlorine is a poison to the human body. It is extremely reactive, so you won't find chlorine anywhere in nature by itself. It binds and combines quickly with something else around it. What you will find is a chloride, for example, sodium chloride, which is your normal table salt. And then the final step is to combine this chlorine compound with some carbon, and this will yield an organochlorine or chlorocarbon. And these are toxic. Dr. Mercola has really good information about artificial sweeteners. You really want to check that out. I found some information in his website about chlorocarbons and what other chlorocarbons have humans used in the past. For example, DDT, which is an insecticide, a really powerful and toxic insecticide that was so toxic that they had to ban it a few decades ago. And there's also PCBs, which are more used for electronics. They were used for transformers, coolants, capacitors, etc. They're also extremely toxic to the environment and they're really hard to get rid of. So in 2001 they were banned as well. And then mustard gas is also a chlorocarbon. And as you know, it's chemical warfare. It's extremely toxic. Alright, and there's a long list in chlorocarbons, and then at the very end you have sucralose, Splenda, the only organochlorine ever used for human consumption. So you might be wondering, is Splenda safe then? Because you can find this guy everywhere. People use it every day on their cooking, on their coffee, whatever. Who knows? Nobody knows for sure because there's only 5 human trials on safety about Splenda. The longest one ran for 13 weeks on 140 people, which is ridiculous, which is nothing less than outrageous. You would think they would put more time, money and effort in the research of an organochlorine before they put it in people's coffee. There's one more thing about Splenda you should know. Splenda is a mix of sucralose and a bulking agent. You can't use sucralose alone because it's 600 times sweeter than sugar, so the amount you will have to use is tiny. And the bulking agent, which is 99% of this guy, is dextrose and maltodextrin. So what's that? Well, believe it or not, that's sugar, which is crap, which is awful. Alright? It's crazy. So you might be thinking you're not getting any calories. Is no sugar. No, there are calories in here. There are a lot of sugar in these guys. And not only that, there's also a chlorocarbon in this thing. So for example, for diabetics, this thing is dangerous because it has calories, even though that it was allowed to be marketed as 0 calories before because of some loophole that these guys love. Now it says 4 calories, alright? Which is a reality because it has sugar, as I say, it has sugar and a chlorocarbon in this thing. So diabetics might actually be thinking that this is no calories, there is no problem, no sweet, no sugar, so they might be putting 1, 2, 3, 10 packets in their coffee. And no, that will get their blood sugar out of control. There's a few alternatives to Splenda and sucralose, aspartame and saccharin and other horror stories I'll be covering in future videos. For example, I have here stevia. This guy is the bomb. It's really good. This is the liquid form, but there's also the powder form. Stevia is extracted from a plant. It has 300 times the sweetness of sugar, no calories, all natural. There's nothing against this guy, but unfortunately, Splenda and sugar manufacturers, they hate this guy because, as I said, it's extracted from a plant, so it's really cheap and readily available. So what they do is they push the government to start passing with, like fake findings, biased research and stuff like that. So they put it out of the shelves. In Australia and United States, you can find it only in health food stores. In Japan, on the other hand, I remember it was everywhere. It's widespread for at least 50 years. And you can cook with it, as I said, no calories, beautiful taste. I love it. You can put it in your water. It's a purifying effect. I suggest you do that as well. I'll be talking about xylitol and other natural sweeteners that are really good alternatives against these chlorocarbons and poison crap that you shouldn't be even touching. Anyway, guys, I have to let you go. I hope you learned something today. And stick around. If you have any questions, suggestions, ideas, anything you want to ask me, you can use the comments below, my email, go to my website, you know where to find me. This is lifematters.ws. My name is Carlos Salazar. Have a good day. Bye-bye.